Did you know that there is a mega project being constructed in a location that is so hot during the day that workers have to work at night when it's relatively cooler? Technology has made it possible to engage in engineering feats that were once considered impossible thanks to advancements in building materials, techniques, and engineering. However, mega projects require their builders to make great compromises, and location can sometimes be the most demanding aspect of a project. From a railway project in one of the most hostile desert environments to a research station being set up in the most extreme cold weather conditions of the polar region, here are the most extreme construction sites around the world. Welcome back to Elite Projects, where you will find all of the good, the bad, and the ugly history of the most outstanding mega projects and skyscrapers around the world. Sichuan-Tibet High-Speed Railway, China. China is one of the most ambitious countries when it comes to mega infrastructure, and they are known to pull off the most unique engineering feats that leave construction experts all over the world in utter surprise. From time to time, however, great compromises have to be made, and such is the case for the Sichuan-Tibet Railway, a high elevation and even higher speed railway in China meant to connect Chengdu and Lhasa once it is fully completed. The railway has an elevation difference of 3,000 meters, which is quite high by construction standards, and for this reason, it has been considered as one of the most difficult to construct. The starting point, which is at the Sichuan Basin, has an altitude that is only 300 meters, while the terminal, located on the Tibetan Plateau, is a crazy 3,000 meters above sea level. This means that about 90% of the line is higher than 3,000 meters, which exposes the workers to all harsh and extreme weather conditions. In fact, the 9-key segment alone runs through China's Yarlung-Tsangpo River 16 times and requires the construction of 47 tunnels and 121 bridges. But perhaps one of the most challenging segments is the 10-kilometer-long Millen Tunnel, which sits 1,200 meters below the surface under a mountain range and has an average altitude of 31,000 meters, being situated on the Tibetan Plateau. This sacrifice has been justified by many as being worthy, considering that the Sichuan-Tibet Railway will be the first electrified railway in the Tibet Autonomous Region and the first higher speed rail on the plateau, but there is no denying that it is not your average railway construction project. Etihad Rail, United Arab Emirates. The Etihad Rail is a project of the UAE government meant to correct its carbon footprint, which is among the most extreme in the world. It is a twin-track infrastructure meant to extend more than 1,000 kilometers and connect countries in the Gulf Cooperation Council, which include Bahrain, Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates, and boost the ever-expanding industries in the region. This state-of-the-art railway network, estimated at $11 billion, was established in June 2009 and is expected to form a critical part of the planned railway network across the Gulf Cooperation Council. Construction of the Etihad Rail has been scheduled to take place in stages and is among the most challenging projects ever undertaken because of the intense heat of the Arabian Desert. This desert is among the hottest places in the world, and temperatures can rise to as high as 50 degrees Celsius during the day. This means that construction workers mostly work at night when the temperatures are a bit lower at 30 degrees Celsius. The intense all-year winds of the desert also pose the threat of covering the railway in sand, and the UAE leadership is having to explore various solutions to ensure that their efforts do not go to waste. These include transforming the sand to clay and planting trees around the rail to protect the rail from the huge masses of sand. With the construction process at more than 70% complete, we can only wait and see if these harsh working conditions will be justified by its eventual outcome. Supercoastal Highway, Norway. Norway is known for having one of the most pleasant weathers and stunning landscapes in the world. The country also boasts some of the most awe-inspiring fjords, which stretch for up to 200 kilometers inland and over a kilometer in depth. This creates a major headache for travelers navigating this terrain, taking up to 21 hours to move from Trondheim and Bergen, and at least 7 ferry rides. The $47 billion mega project to upgrade this highway was undertaken to solve this problem, and it is as sophisticated as a mega project can get. This new project will connect Oslo in the southeast to the coastal cities of Bergen Stavanger, Ålesund, and Trondheim, and replaced the ferry rides with tunnels and bridges. The challenging geography challenged architects and civil engineers to come up with innovative ways of completing this route, linking all waterways and connecting remote island towns using suspension bridges, tunnels, and underground junctions. The project is the most ambitious undertaken by the NPRA and is expected to break a few records once completed. For example, the suspension bridge at Sognefjord would require towers that are 1,500 feet high and 12,100 feet long and support towers that are at least 450 meters tall, which would beat the current record holders, the Malau Viaduct and the Akashi Kaikyo Bridge. This tunnel will also be the deepest and longest in the world and will be one of a kind because of its floating bridges, floating tunnels, and the deepest tunnel in the world. While the idea of fixed bridges transferring into fixed tunnels is not new in high shipping traffic waterways, combining these two structures would definitely be a groundbreaking innovation. Diamond Mir Mine, Russia. Next up is a mine in the Siberian region of eastern Russia that is so deep that it creates a whirlpool strong enough to suck a helicopter out of the air and into its depths. Siberia is known for having some of the most extreme cold conditions, with temperatures falling below 0 degrees Celsius. This region is not so heavily populated, but it became an area of interest after deposits of diamond were discovered by a famous archaeologist named Yuri Kabardin. The Soviets dug up one of the deepest diamond mine holes that is more than 1,000 feet deep and over a half a mile wide. They thawed the ground using jet engines and used thick covers to keep the machinery from freezing. The mine inside the hole is one of the most hostile working environments in the world, and miners had to brave not only the extreme cold, but also floods that filled up a good portion of the hole in extreme rainy seasons. In 2004, the mining process was stopped indefinitely, and the officials stated that the floods had gone too deep to mine any further. Today, the Mirny Diamond Mine lies abandoned, and the airspace above it is restricted because the sheer depth of the mine can suck helicopters into it. Although a Russian company, AB Elise, announced plans in 2010 to build a giant, futuristic domed city within the mine, which would provide solar-powered homes to over 10,000 residents, the Mirny Diamond Mine remains a mysterious vortex, a seemingly bottomless pit that once produced more than half of the world's diamonds. Would you consider working on one of these construction sites? Let us know in the comment section below, and just in case you think they are extreme, then wait until you see the next one, which is being built in the polar region considered to be the bottom of the world and by far the coldest place on Earth. It will literally shock you out of your boots. As always, be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel and tap the bell icon so you can be notified each time we post a new video. Rotherham Research Station, United Kingdom. The Rotherham Research Station is a £100 million infrastructure modernization program that easily passes as the most extreme construction site in the world. Built in one of the most remote places of the planet, the station is the UK Antarctic hub for frontier science and is being upgraded to ensure its facilities keep the UK at the forefront of climate, biodiversity, and ocean research. Temperatures here range from 5 degrees Celsius and drop as low as -40 degrees, and construction material and building equipment had to be shipped from the UK, a journey that is about 11,000 kilometers. Set to transform how the British Antarctic Survey enables and supports polar science, construction of this station has been everything except smooth. While still in the United Kingdom, the construction team had to practice full-scale assembly of the 45-ton steel frames in Southampton to identify unexpected challenges or additional pieces of equipment needed. Most of the buildings in the station had to be renewed, and construction of the new Discovery Building was started, a new science facility meant to feature more energy-efficient systems that will regulate the environmental impact of the station. It is a 2-story building expected to be completed in 2024 that will replace older buildings and provide more space for medical and office uses. Do you know of any other extreme construction sites that we may have left out? Let us know in the comment section below, and as you do, click on the next video and learn about the top impossible mega projects that are doomed to fail. As always, be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel.